Hey, it's Dad here, and I am at the Rather Dashing Games booth here with Mike. Mike, what are you going to show us today?
Today we're going to show you our hot game Element.
So, all right, let's go take a look at it. All right, Mike, so tell us about Element.
All right, Element is an abstract strategy game, but it breaks a lot of the normal rules. The first is that it is a 2 to 4 player game, unlike most, and it's very dynamic and very strategic. So you play as what we call a sage, and these sages are wandering around the board using their elemental powers. Now what you want to do is you try to capture your opponent's sage. In a 2-player game you go head to head, but in a 3 to 4 player game you play round robin, which means that you are trying to capture only the player to your right. And that's the only way you can achieve victory. If you capture a player that is not yours, you would forfeit victory. And so on your turn you will draw 4 stones out of this bag. Now these stones represent the 4 basic elements. You see fire, water, earth, and wind. And you use these to completely hedge in and encircle your opponents. And now each of these elements builds in a different fashion. So for example, fire spreads. Whenever there's fire on the board and you place fire next to it, you would gain free fire out of the bag directly opposite that fire. And then that continues. If I put fire here, I would get one here and here. So fire really grows very fast, but it is very, very fragile as it can be replaced by water. So any water on the board has the potential to be a river. And you do that by placing water adjacent to other water. So if I put water down here, I now have to move this 3 spaces. I can go 1, 2, 3. If I put another water down, I would have to move it 4 spaces. I would only get this. I would not pull anything that is not on a straight line. Now, the neat thing about the river too is I can change direction. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, remove that fire, and so forth. Now, water can be replaced by earth. Earth does not move in the game, but earth also has a very unique property. If you stack one earth stone on top of another, you create what we call a mountain, and any earth that is connected to that is part of the mountain range. Now that mountain range becomes irreplaceable for the remainder of the game. It also becomes the only thing in the game that will block on the diagonal, and that it carves up the board as the game play progresses. Now if earth is not part of a mountain range, it could be replaced by windstone, simply by replacing it. And wind is awesome because it offers quite a few options. It allows you to jump stones. Let me move this one off. So you can jump just like checkers. Another thing wind allows you to do is to clear obstacles. So a wind stacked on top of another wind, you can be up to 4 high, becomes a whirlwind, allows you to clear obstacles on the board. So that increases your movement a lot, which is important because these guys only move 1 space, 1 unoccupied space in any direction on their turn. Should you wish to gain more movement, you need to sacrifice stones from your initial draw. If you only take 3 stones out of the bag instead of 4, you'd gain an extra movement, and so on and so forth. The first player to capture the sage that they're assigned to claims victory.
All right. Very good. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
If you would like to support us, you can visit patreon.com/dadvdaughter.
Like and follow us on Facebook to stay current on our show schedule, sneak peeks at future shows, and to interact with us.